This one?
like,
Now we're live.
Well, now I'm pulling the stream up on my own. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, welcome everyone back to Big Damn Heroes: Return to the Stars. We are on our second to last session number 9. I'm Lim, and it's my first time DMing, but we're having a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you guys are having fun. And the only thing I'm going to say, because we're going to get right into this, is we are affiliated with Fantasy Grounds. And if you want to get Fantasy Grounds, which I highly recommend, it's what we used to play. It's what we've been using to play this game on for almost 10 years. Oh my God. And it's never done us wrong. So if you want to have a really awesome way to play tabletop games, you can get it through our affiliate link in the doobly-doo below. It helps us out. We love it. You can also donate to our Twitch channel. And there's a bunch of like rewards, or not rewards, but like award kind of things that you can like give to our players if you like scroll down, I think, somewhere.
So they can find all the rewards
Where is
at
that?
d20enclave.com.
Oh, cool. Never mind. I thought it was somewhere in the description, but yeah, at d20enclave.com. And if you want to donate to the channel, then you can kind of select options of ways to kind of award or hinder the players or myself. So you can kind of have a say in the game. If everyone is okay with me just quickly introducing everybody, I will. Okay, well then we got Mech, who's the owner of the channel, plays Jet, who is the captain. We got Beatrix Wyatt, who is plays the ship pilot. Did I say Jet Adams? What? Beatrix, yeah, who plays Goat, who plays Beatrix Wyatt. We've got Tespion, who plays Molly Baker, who's a medic, not a doctor, but we all kind of call her that. And then possibly Rob, who plays John Fontaine Devereaux, who is he's a companion and so much more.
The star of stage and screen.
Yeah, right. How could I leave it off? So Goat is going to do our recap, and then we're going to get going because we got stuff to do.
okay, so like we landed at the planet, parked at the port. We had to get information. So everybody, including myself, flirted with a bunch of random construction and stage crew to get information. I did really badly. Don't be like me. But we got information. We got into the political rally, and we found the friggin' bombs and saved the day. And some other stuff happened, but that was pretty much it.
That was pretty much it. You did get in. You did. You met some interesting characters along the way, but you did. You stopped the bombs from going off and blowing up the rally.
Yeah, some of the bombs went off.
And now
we're not going to talk about those bombs. Those are personal bombs.
You all
What you do on your
flirted your way through that entire episode, which is pretty great.
If you want all that flirting.
Some of us did.
So we left off with you guys going back to the ship, and there were 2 messages at the terminal. Both of them were from GK, and you haven't listened to them. That's exactly where we left off.
One of them was a private message, right? Or were they both? Mm-hmm. Okay.
One of them, they were both, well, technically they were both to your ship, but they don't indicate whether they're private or not. They're just messages.
Is one of them particularly longer than the other? Can we tell that?
Yes. I believe I told you one is from a G. Kane and the other is from Dr. Michaels.
Okay.
But they're both just like in your voicemail.
Gotcha. The one from Kane I listened to on the bridge. Depending on the contents, I might decide to broadcast that throughout the ship so everybody can hear it.
Sure. Okay, so you want to listen to it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you do, and you start listening to it. And the message says, "Well, crew, I can honestly say I didn't expect that to go so smoothly. Thank you for everything you provided, but there's one more thing. I'd like to meet with you, if possible, as soon as possible. I think I have something for you that you will greatly value. Let me know if you're able to meet us. Sincerely, Galen." And he leaves you his contact information. And where to find them. Coordinates.
Is the thing we're going to greatly value more money? Because that is part of the deal, is it not?
It was partially, yes.
Could be some fancy new tech for our ship.
Could be.
Gun, maybe?
You know, some kind of green magical laser beam.
What ended up happening to the spokesperson? Did he get dragged away, or?
You don't know. It was chaotic. They were all like told to like evacuate the premises. But I suppose if you wanted to check the news, you could do that.
Oh, I need a new gun.
Well,
Well, I need a new pistol.
we've got the credits for it.
You do.
Yeah.
Beatrix,
I like
Get
that
two
gun.
guns.
plot a course for the coordinates that they've given us. Send a message to these this contact info letting them know that we're on our way, and I'll take the other voicemail in my quarters.
You got it.
Thanks.
Atrix, can I get a piloting astrogation?
Yes. Let's see.
That'd be intelligence astrogation.
Yeah. Okay, hold on a second.
Oh yeah. Okay. Easy peasy. That's easy. You plot that course. It won't take you more than a day because the ship was not far out of orbit. So you expect you can probably put this on autopilot and go take a nap. It's not difficult.
She is going to probably do that.
Sounds good. The rest of you, you're welcome to do any kind of sleeping investigation or whatever you like. It's probably only going to be, like I said, less than a day to get where you're going.
Can I do some investigation about what happened? I guess like through investigating the news and stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah, you can roll your investigation.
Investigation and
Intelligence. Nice. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, you do that, and what you find are two very different takes on the whole event. There is you would say there was a slight majority of newscasts just in the happening right now that are really just spinning this and catastrophizing it and turning it into this much worse thing than it was, or at least it seems to be. And there's the side that is saying that this is proof that the violence is getting worse. People are going to start rioting soon. And the government really needs to do something about it because this is just getting unsafe and unacceptable. And then you have the other side, which are the people who are for the new libertarians, who are saying that this Cyrus Thayer, who was the seemingly the peacemaker that had been kind of speaking on behalf of the peacemakers. He says he's not a leader; he's just kind of like a spokesperson, saying that he was framed, that he wouldn't do this, that he was there, just like anybody else was, and that this was just a giant conspiracy. And you would notice that your old rival, in a way, nemesis, Melrose Hopkins, is leading the charge in many ways on trying to debunk this theory that the peacemakers are trying to start a war.
Got it. He didn't mention that I pulled the gun on him in his reporting or anything, right?
Let's see. He did not.
Great, because it was between kissing him or pulling a gun on him, and I chose violence.
You chose violence.
I applaud your decision.
Yeah,
It's probably a good call.
All right.
Jet, do you want to listen to your message?
Yeah.
All right. In the privacy of your quarters, you listen to you have the message maybe on your tablet or something. It starts out, Mr. Adams, this is Dr. Michaels. We've gotten some interesting results from your blood work and tests. I think it would behoove you to return to the nearest aid ship and get some serious help. I've never seen anything like this, but on the off chance you're far afield and you don't know when you'll see a doctor again, I'll just go ahead and tell you. There's some shuffling of paper in the background. The condition that you were born with, it's accelerating. There's been some kind of exposure to a radiation source of some kind. I don't know where, I don't know what you got into, but something has affected your cells, and it's running rampant. You may begin to feel changes. I don't know what. I don't know if it's illness or sickness. I don't know how you're feeling right now. But you may also begin to feel stronger too. Whatever this is, it's getting worse. I don't know how long you can go on without burning out. You should probably see the doc. Anyway, sorry for the bad news. Good luck out there. And he hangs up.
Just kind of toss the tablet off to the side. File that away in its own little box and go about my day.
Okay. So, if everyone is good to go, you all can arrive at the aid ship. Also, Goat, I can hear myself through your mic. So you can arrive there, and you dock. And waiting for you is none other than the same dock worker guy who was there before, who led you around. But waiting at the door is a certain bearded man that you'd recognize as Galen Kane, waiting for you.
Well,
Well,
hello.
Hello.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Under better circumstances.
Well, whatever do you mean? It seems things have gone pretty well for you.
Well, being nearly destroyed by a bomb isn't something I would consider good circumstances.
Well, your greatest political opponent is now wrapped up in the biggest scandal this side of the planet. I'd say that's a relative win, wouldn't you?
Well, it isn't quite yet, but I think it will be. On that note, we have some things to discuss if you'll follow me. Can I get you anything to drink? Tea? Coffee? A beer? Whiskey?
whiskey would be
I
good.
would just love a mint julep to pieces. I couldn't get one planetside of savages.
Mint julep? A whiskey? Anyone else?
Tea. Please.
White wine.
All right. Follow me. He does. He takes you to a very nice room. It's probably a room that he uses, kind of a private space. It's lavish. And he offers you a seat. Some workers kind of come in and bring you your drinks. And he have this written up here. Okay. Yeah, I'll have him read this out to you guys, or I'll say it, but it'll be easier to read it. So he has the tablet that you gave him the photos on, and he looks them over as he's standing there and nods. He says, "Well, you did it. You did everything I asked. So I believe a reward is due. It was 3,000 up front, was it not? And we discussed what success would look like after."
Yes, sir.
Well, I think you'll be quite satisfied by what I have to offer. But first, I'm just not really quite sure if you're aware how much of an impact you've had on things. You see, these peacemakers, they've been anything but peacemakers. Were you all around? Any of you? You don't look old enough, but do you know about who they are and what they did in the past?
How long ago would this have been?
Probably like 25 plus years ago.
Oh, Mr. Kane, you flatterer. Yes, I may not look it, but I do remember.
Well,
I was pretty young when it was going on, but I remember some of it.
yes. Well, they're back. They've been having more of an effect on public opinion than most people realize. These demonstrations they're doing, like the one on the planet, they're reopening old war wounds from the survivors, and unfortunately that's igniting a fire in the hearts of a new radical generation. They've only ever known peace. They don't know what it's like to have to go through what we went through. Well, not me, but those of us who were impacted by the war. These peacemakers, they got started in the first war as an anti-alliance movement. By the end, they had escalated to full-blown terrorism. They didn't like the Unionists either when that war began, but they were willing to turn a blind eye if it meant opposing the alliance. Can't say I blame them. And Jet, your father may have told you about his part in all of that. Yes, I'm aware. Lately, though, they've turned their attention to the representatives. They're calling our new parliament a corrupt corporatocracy, blaming the economic downturn on the system rather than the poor choice of representatives the electorate has chosen to put into power. Allowing war criminals to maintain a voice in politics was their first problem. failing to properly inform the poor and uneducated populace of the Rim, their second problem, and expecting a few hundred representatives to stop squabbling long enough to make a decision, well, that was the final nail in the coffin for any hope of fast-acting enactment of change. Which is why, I might add, if I get elected, I will push for Bill 99, and why you should consider it in your choice of who you elect. But while GK tries to help the verse by sending aid ships to these struggling communities, providing necessary medicines and goods to help people survive in these difficult times, the peacemakers intercept me, intercept my ships, my goals, they attack my cruisers, all to send this naive message to the core. We don't want help, we want freedom, or whatever inane sentiment it is. I mean, just look at Burnett. I think you were there, in fact. You saw what they'd done to those people. Burnett is a people constantly besieged by these injustices. They were people destroyed by terrorist actions just a few weeks ago. They're exactly the type to don fake Reaver costumes and act like savages and stage raids to steal supplies to aid this mission, doing double to continue this narrative that their union isn't doing anything to help. Do you want to know why I can't send aid ships to the Blue Sun system? Why I had to cut off support to the hospitals there? It's because the peacemakers have taken it upon themselves to damn millions to suffering for their political movements by attacking my shipments. It's not enough I have to contend with actual Reavers and pirates. Not that you'd know anything about that. So, we do what we can. And while I think technologically GK has the means to wage war against the lot of them, it isn't what we want. Still, precautions are being taken. To prepare for such an event, should it escalate, we have to look out for our own, after all. But this is why we have to stop them. We have to turn public opinion back to civilized thought and societal structure. Not these anarchists masquerading as saviors. They aren't the ones keeping thousands of cities alive through charity alone. We are. And I will not have our mission destroyed by our goals hampered by murderous terrorists. So, just wanted to say, you can pat yourselves on the back. Someday even we may look back at this moment and realize that you are the ones who avoided galactic war. So, now that you understand the deep gratitude we have, I wanted to offer you something better than cold hard cash, if you're willing to listen.
Jed'll look over to the rest of them, most pointedly at John Fontaine, given his comment earlier.
He kind of like returns that glance and kind of narrows his eyes. Like definitely has caught your glance and kind of maybe we'll talk about this. We'll talk about this later.
We're listening.
He smiles at you and steeples his fingers. I'd like to offer all of you a job. Not just any job, but the job of your lives. Molly, you have a great disdain for my kind, us mega corporations, as you call them, pharmaceutical companies that have done terrible things to your people. But what if I told you this? We took care of that little gang issue you were dealing with. Your daughter is safe. Not only is she safe, but we've, how shall I say, poached her from Aurelian. She's working here now, with us. Her college debts dealt with, and she'll be set up for a lifetime of successful career on the forefront of technology. She will never suffer, never go without. And I'd like to offer the same thing to you, to work alongside her, to mend old wounds, to work for us, to change the world. what you say.
You never mentioned my son.
Ah, your son. Well, unfortunately, he has not been located. But with
Well-
the power I can offer you and the money, finding him is just a matter of time.
So what
Well-
type of job are we? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You don't have to answer
I'm
now.
just not. Well, maybe we shouldn't.
The rest of you then, shall I continue? Well, Mr. Fontaine Devereaux, you have quite a history with, I believe, a competitor of mine, well, ours, the Blue Suns, I believe.
Well, former competitors, you managed to see to that.
That is true. We did play a hand in that. And for that, I am sorry. I can only imagine that we've had quite a negative effect on your personal finances and reputation. I'd like to make it up to you.
It has been a tough few decades, but I am intrigued by the potential of your offer. Go on.
Well, your experience is something that we here quite value. You see, you have experience not only behind the scenes, but in front of the camera. I would like to offer you a position as our personal consort and companion. You would come with me on various political trips, dinners, meetings, and it would be your job to represent us well, to service the needs required. You would want for nothing. You'd be paid handsomely. You would have all of your reputation back and more. We could set you up with commercials, TV spots, maybe even film. You'd be famous if you wish. And if you wish not,
I accept.
you've made a wise choice, Mr. Devereaux. And as for you, Miss Wyatt, you have quite a background as well, but not so much in the way of experience and education in a way that would get you hired for somewhere reputable. It is, after all, why you are working for Mr. Adams, is it not?
Been freelance since I started.
Well, if you didn't have to freelance anymore, what if you could be a test pilot? We are working on a number of new technologies, smaller, faster ships capable of deploying aid both in space and in atmo. As you know, being able to be capable of fast travel in both is a difficult feat. You have to weigh fuel and weight and aerodynamics. We'd also like them to be able to function as security, if needed. Someone with your aptitude would be invaluable in the testing and development of such a technology.
Oh, you're dangling one mighty fine line in front of me.
Not a dangle at all. It is a plate offered to you willingly. It's that, or you go back on your own. And in a verse that could be on the brink of conflict, is that the time you wish to be?
No. I can stop you right there. I'll come with you.
Excellent.
I have my mom to take care of. She looks at the others.
Your mother?
Yeah.
Well, We can discuss taking care of her once you're signed on. And Jet, well, I have received news. I think it's best if you stay with us for a little while. For your own safety.
You're probably right.
This would be your headquarters for all four of you, if you wished to accept. I say it is far better than money, because not only will you be set up to make far more than whatever it is I paid you now, but you would also be on the winning side of things should there be conflict. And wouldn't it be best to make that decision before things get bad?
Well, for my part, it sounds like a mighty generous offer that I think I speak for all of us when I say we are willing to accept.
Well, you only speak for yourself. I will consider yours a yes and get your paperwork going very soon. And you as well, Beatrix. Jet, you willing to stay?
I knew I was sick. I didn't realize it was this bad, though. Yeah, I'll stay.
Galen doesn't say any more out of respect for your privacy. Well, that leaves you then, Miss.
You know, I think I'm going to regret this, but I suppose I'll accept as well.
You've made the right choice. And because you have accepted, I will make efforts to set aside the funds to send a search party for your son. I'm sorry that we weren't able to locate him, but your daughter is here. She arrived just yesterday.
Fortuitous.
It's almost like I planned for it. Now, if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them. Otherwise, I will leave you to it. To get settled in. I'm sure you will want to make sure personal effects are transferred. We can arrange that. Is there anything I can do for you in the meantime?
Leave the bottle.
I want to be a snarky asshole and say I'm still waiting on that mint julep, but you know, I'll pass.
I mean, you can do that. I can tell you nothing bad will happen.
I think I have stars in my eyes for all the promises of money and status. So I'm still on cloud nine.
You saying something, Meg?
Leave the bottle.
You can have all the bottles you want, Jet. You're going to need them. I'll leave you to it then. And I'll be back later, or one of my associates will, to get you set up on everything you may need. He gets up and offers you a bow, and just as he leaves, the person comes back with like more drinks and stuff. And he leaves you all to it.
Jet.
Yeah.
How sick? How sick is sick?
Bad enough the doctor that did the test asked me to come back immediately.
But you're gonna be okay, right?
I don't know.
Your blood's like nothing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not
whatever.
a.
That's exactly the same thing that the Dr. Michael said. He also said that whatever it is I've got is accelerating. It's getting worse. I don't know how much time I've got.
Well, why don't we just keep calm about it? Don't stress yourself out.
Oh, I'm calm.
Oh, I
I
know,
knew
but
this day was coming. Eventually. I just didn't think it'd be so soon.
well, you know, this place. It's basically like we were just talking to God. I'm sure they can find somebody who can fix you
What,
or
him?
something close. He certainly seems to think very highly of himself.
Yeah, he always has.
How long have you been acquainted with Mr. Kane?
He's like a distant uncle, twice removed.
Yet for a humble pirate, you have some pretty famous relations.
Yeah. Well, he was on a crew with my dad a long time ago.
So, what do you think about this job he's offering? Seems a real sweet gig.
Almost too good to be true.
It probably is.
If he wasn't floating around on a space city with the nicest accommodations I've ever seen, I might agree. But men like Kane, money's no object to them. They don't have a reason for a bait and switch. They just buy you off.
Well,
Normally.
I mean, but this isn't this. I mean, you said uncle. He seems kind of young to be your uncle, Galen.
Maybe. I don't know. If it's the same person I'm thinking about.
Is it? Because you get said uncle. How old's your dad?
He old enough to have a 16-year-old. 17? I don't know anymore.
Man, I thought I was the young one.
Not quite.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you still kind of are the young one. I think the captain's just kind of a kid.
A little bit. Kane,
Which leads me to say, be careful with that stuff, Captain. And I kind of point towards the whiskey. It can lead you down a hard road. I know you're dealing with some medical issues, but if you get better, you don't want to rely on that stuff.
yeah, I don't think there's getting better for what I got.
Never say never.
Did you ever say specifically what it is you got?
Well, it's not contagious if that's what you're worried about.
I might have the inclination to occasionally care about people other than myself.
Um. Yeah. So long time ago, in a star system not so far away, uh, my my father was exposed to a large amount of radiation as a result of a engine catastrophe. And Kane saved his life, but in order to do that, he had to.
Wait,
In-
did he save your life as a baby? Like, no, like he was a baby, not you. Or him, your father.
What? There was a problem with the engine. A bunch of radiation leaked out, and by a bunch I mean a bunch, like a whole lot. I don't know who's laughing here.
Sorry, it's me.
Being tagged in things. Am I thinking of the wrong? No. Nope. Those are going live notifications. Okay. Anyway, he got injected with some serum. Saved his life, but it changed him. It was you remember hearing about Miranda? Where they created the Reavers?
How long ago would Miranda be?
Like
It was a long time ago.
pre
but-
the first war.
Yeah, I actually don't know the exact date. I have to look it up and do the math, but it was probably like
It was before I was born, I'm pretty sure.
It was before the first war for independence. It's what created the Reavers.
Yeah.
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 It was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
It's probably like a, not like an urban legend, but it probably has that quality, I assume.
Yeah. Well, after
Right.
the events
can
of the
pull it up.
movie, is definitely more well known.
I was going to say, how widely known would this have been?
It got that information, like the broadcast in the movie, went out from Mr. Universe, so I would imagine pretty widely spread. Whether it was believed or not is another story. But it was after that the Alliance essentially lost that little skirmish with the Serenity.
Hmm.
Okay.
Might not have been before I was born, but it was around.
Yeah.
It was around that time-ish.
Making
It was a
it
long
very
time ago.
hard to find this
Yeah.
information.
Yeah. Well, back
So, right,
then.
what about Miranda? You and your dad and
Kane.
your dad got injected with something?
Yeah. Well, wouldn't say infected. It would. Look,
Injected?
it saved his life. It was some sort of super soldier serum, something that Kane was working on at the time, but it was also kind of based on, as far as I know, what I've been told, like the packs that they accidentally made the Reavers with.
I'm,
Well,
Right.
but
it changed him. It made him stronger.
Yeah, well, yeah, I could see that.
And I was born
That
with
makes sense.
it.
So when you say Kane was involved with it, what do you mean involved? Was he out there doing the same type of creepy science shit the Alliance was working on?
as a child,
What?
I don't know.
He's only like 30 years old. He would have been like, if this happened 20 some odd years ago, he would have been a child when he was working on your father.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then which Kane was working on it?
I'm pretty sure it's not this Kane. Is there another one?
Well, I
Did
mean,
it,
logically speaking, unless he changed his name,
does the person that we
I
just
assume there
talked
is at
to
least one more Kane,
look
or was.
like the person that I saw just a few years ago?
Just a few
Like,
years ago?
for the first like evaluation / treatment, like they because he went in the first time, so this looks like a different person.
This guy is probably in his 30s.
Right, the person I talked to was much older, but did he look similar? That's what I'm asking. Like,
Roll a recall check.
okay, that's not my best trait, but I also let's see what happens here.
That was a good roll.
That's really good.
Do you want to add a
Yes.
plot point?
I would love to. What are we up to?
Well, yeah, that'll make it a 15.
Yeah, I'll add a plot point.
With a 15, it just suddenly dawns on you that this Galen fellow looks like the spitting image of the 60, 70-year-old guy that your father told you about and that would do tests on you as a child. He was probably in his 60s when he did tests on you. Maybe early 70s.
So it looks like the same person,
but in his
but-
30s.
but he didn't tell me he had any kids.
So was it the same man
not
or
everybody's
not?
so forthcoming.
Now
with
I'm
that
confused.
I don't think that's the same person.
Is this clone? Are we talking about clones? Are people out here being cloned? Because if we're talking about science fiction, then I'll go dig up the script from one of my movies, Attack of the Clones.
Science fiction. Look around, sweetheart.
This is
We're on, like-
this is science. This is science fact.
Well, cloning's probably science fact too.
All of you, no.
What?
No.
Probably.
How about
I've
this?
seen clones of.
Let's get a
Sheeps
recall
and stuff.
check from. Get another recall check from Jet. And a recall check from. Actually, everyone but Beatrix. No, wait. You can roll one too. I just
Okay.
realized. You can all roll a recall check. You have different reasons, but you can all roll one.
Dang.
I did pretty well.
I didn't. I don't remember shit.
I will say, I'll say Jet and Beatrix. You can know this,
Okay.
different reasons, both through your parents. Jet, you remember because your father told you that that the big thing about the Blue Suns was that they were doing genetic experimentation there.
And Gene K absorbed all that.
And Beatrix, you know, because your mother was on a crew with someone named Clay Kelly, who had a twin brother. And he had special abilities. That's kind of weird. So when when John Fontaine makes a joke about cloning being science fiction, you suddenly remember that Blue Suns was doing some weird shit.
Huh.
Hmm.
No, I think you're onto something. I think that man's a clone.
I mean, my mom talked about two brothers. They were twins, and they had abilities.
What kind of abilities? Like they were great cooks?
No, I mean, like, kind of psychic in a way.
Oh,
I mean, I think that they had a term for it. Reader?
it's on the tip of my tongue. Right. Well, so
I mean, it's
okay, yeah. So your dad's a Reaver. His dad is
No,
well, he's a
reader.
clone of his dad.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm
Oh,
pointing
his
to Jet.
yeah.
His dad's a
yeah.
Reaver.
well, no, he's not.
Wait, your dad's a reader?
No,
I'm like,
not that I
Beatrix
know of.
again.
No, my mom, she was on a ship with two brothers, and one of
Oh,
them
okay, right.
had like a nickname that was like Bacon. I can't remember. Oh, that's right. He got burned, but they were twins, and yeah, they had abilities.
He was bacon.
Or bacon.
Oh, that's right, Crispy Kelly.
Oh my God.
Or Clay Crispy.
Yeah.
Right. So, we were talking about the readers for. Because why? Sorry, I think I've had too little or too much.
Well, because
Oh.
I'm pretty
Blue-
sure that they got abilities from Jet.
Blue-
Yeah,
Blue
that's right.
S-
The
Blue
clone.
Sun was doing genetic testing, genetic research, and when they fell, G and K moved in and absorbed all of that research.
So how long ago was that?
18 years ago.
Yeah, it was about 18 years,
So
maybe shorter,
Maybe
maybe
20.
longer. Yeah,
18 to 20.
roundabout.
I guess we're talking either cloning or maybe maybe he found the fountain of youth. That Kane fellow.
Now, you would remember Jet.
Mm-hmm.
You were reminded now that the message that you received some time ago now, a few days or a couple weeks ago after all that travel,
Yeah.
you had spoken to a man, and it was Peter Kane. Sounded much older. The one who was like that you called with your dad.
Right. Yeah. Because it just, it threw me off because they look so much alike.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Galen. The guy I talked to was Peter. But they look the same, except Peter is 30 plus years older. What the fuck?
I think we have more
Well, maybe he
questions.
is just a very similar looking son.
I guess that's possible.
Okay, well, he might be a spooky clone. He might not be. Either way, what do we feel about the job?
Oh, I'm taking it.
I feel like I'm gonna puke, but
I'm glad the
I guess,
three of you got offered
maybe-
work.
Don't worry, I'm gonna pay for your spaghetti meal next time.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna puke now.
Wonder if that's where the radiation came from.
Who can roll a recall
Yeah.
check?
He hasn't
Could be
been
that
exactly
powder.
full.
Down in those fucking mines.
All that, yeah, that shit we were breathing in. We
Mhm.
probably all got cancer from that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even need the 11 because, as Molly says it, you recall that you had some in your pocket. And that the DM specifically wrote down a moment that you breathed it in.
Uh-huh.
And you now remember that.
Shit. Well, I know what's
I'm not a
caused all
radiologist,
this.
but I can maybe give you a scan.
There's no
I know.
need.
Maybe I can give the rest of us a scan.
That might be a good idea.
I'm ready.
Well, let me get my X-ray machine
Pretty sure they got one somewhere around
out
here.
of my pocket here.
More radiation. No, thank you.
Oh, but this is the good kind. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry.
So.
Yeah, so I don't feel good about working with for Gardner and Kane, but
Image your daughter's here.
yeah, maybe if I don't smell like I'm soaked in liquor, she'll talk to me.
Well,
And we're here. For whatever that's worth.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous about it, but it's been a long time since I've seen her.
you should
I'm
go.
excited, but
You should go find her.
yeah, I should. Maybe I'll see if I can pull up a directory or something. Is there like a
Yeah,
map or something I can check?
there is. It wouldn't necessarily help you, but I will say for the sake of time, you are able to ask somebody about where your daughter is working, and they would
Cool.
direct you
I guess
to
I'll
the lab that she's working in.
Guess I'll just go and barge in.
Okay.
Well, maybe that's not a good idea, but
We'll do that, and then we're going to take our break because we're going to spend a little extra time. We may take a slightly longer break just to make sure everyone's points are in place, and then we will move on. But without further ado, you find the lab. There's a number of students in there. They're all wearing little white lab coats, and they're over their computers and such, studying. Working.
okay. I guess I'll quietly go in. If
She's easy to
it's
find.
not locked or something. Okay, cool.
It's not. It's not.
I guess I'll just kind of tap her on the shoulder and wait to see if she looks at me.
She's busy, like kind of over her desk with a microscope and some papers, and she's like, "Huh? Yes." And she just freezes.
Hey, kiddo.
Mom?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Hey.
What are you doing here?
I guess we're coworkers now.
You, eh, you have a
It's
job
hard to
with,
believe, isn't it?
yeah. I'm sorry. Wait, what? You
Well,
first off, you're here, and then you.
I just found out you were here. I would have maybe gotten in touch with you sooner, but I don't know. I heard you just recently started working here, but I don't know what spurred the change.
I got a letter from GK. They were offering a full ride, not just my undergrad, but master's and doctoral, if I worked for them, and it's a better stipend. And I don't have to stay on that planet anymore. I mean, how could I say no to that? It's Gardner fucking Kane.
They certainly
mean-
have quite the reputation.
Yeah, and good benefits.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Listen, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm here, and I do work for Gardner and Kane. It's a long story. If you want to hear it, I shouldn't be too hard to find.
You know,
I don't have my data pad actually, so I'll have to find another one.
after what you put us through, I really shouldn't even be giving you the time of day. But I also never in a million years would have expected to see you here. So, Mom, please don't make me regret this. Please tell me this is
I'll do my
a
best.
second chance.
If we can mend things, if I can fix, maybe I can't. I mean, I know I can't change the past, but if I can maybe fix things now, I would love to. You know, you and Daniel mean the world to me, Marcy. It wasn't easy for me to say yes to this job, but you being here made it hard to say no.
You took this job for me?
Not entirely, partially. I have other reasons. There's a crew that I've been working with. I kind of adopted them a little bit.
Are you still drinking?
Yeah, but
How much?
I want to stop. Too much.
She
but
kind
like
of
I
turned
said,
away.
I'm gonna take some time now that I'm here to try to get through it and get sober. It's not something I just want to do while I'm working. It's hard. It's one of the worst things you can go through.
Yeah, you know what's the worst thing you can go through is having your whole family torn apart because your mom's an alcoholic. If you want to make it up to me,
Yeah.
Mom, please just put down the bottle. Put us first.
Well, I think honesty is the first step, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the first step. And I mean, yeah.
Listen, like I said, you don't have to see me if you don't want to, but I'll be on board. If you want to stop by sometime, feel free. I might be a little irritable, but This
We've got
is
meds
big
for
enough
that.
that I don't think I'll get.
They've got meds for that, Mom.
I know. There's stuff for everything, isn't there?
Yeah. It's kind of crazy, actually. Stuff they do here. Like, I have to get this work done today. But
Yeah.
I'll find you. We could get dinner or something.
I'd like that. I'll just I guess turn around and leave.
She goes back to work. Maybe a tear falling. And we're gonna go on break. So it's a little bit of an early break, but we may take a slightly longer one just to make sure everyone's character sheets are updated, because there's going to be a bit of a time skip. And so some people are going to maybe have a few points that they didn't have before. And we can come back a little early if we want to do some of it on screen. You're more than welcome. But I do have to get some intel to everybody. So we'll be back in maybe 12 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes instead of 8. Okay. welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us through the break. We are picking up now. Goat, could you mute, please? Thank you. Maybe I just talk really loud. I don't know. The voice carries. But
You're screaming.
Okay. So we just left off with Galen Kane, a representative of Gardner and Kane, offering our crew jobs. And they're going to be working, all of them agreed to stay and work with Gardner and Kane for the next few months that pass in this time. So, here we go. So in this time, the election approaches, and while it does, more and more of these demonstrations occur. It's no longer being hidden in the recesses of the cortex. They're not able to hide it like they were, because it's starting to gain traction. The populace, the more aware of the unrest and the civil unrest they become, the more swept up in it they can be. People who once thought that, well, being poor is how we live, there's nothing we can do about it, are now being more and more exposed to people rising up against it. And now they think, well, yeah, like, hold on, I don't like the government. Who doesn't feel that way? The more exposed you are, the crazier it gets. So while some planets are remaining peaceful, some others, especially those on the border, are becoming political powder kegs, while the different political parties vie for dominance. The reporter, Melrose Hopkins, becomes practically famous for his coverage. He has special access to the Democratic, or to the New Libertarians, and he seems to manage to always get the scoop with their leaders, and he seems to always be in the right place at the right time. And this has made him pretty popular. He's almost developed a kind of cult following, in fact. Something of note is that you guys would know is that this spokesperson, Cyrus Thayer, who was the spokesperson, the face of the Peacemakers, has not been seen or interviewed since the day of the two bombs that you stopped on Three Hills or New Lafayette. Meanwhile, the economy is continuing to spiral further and further into depression as jobs become more scarce. And finally, the day of the election comes. And at this point, to no surprise to you all, Galen Kane is elected to represent his district of his planet. He's from, for what it's worth, he's from Londinium. It's in the core. The rest of Parliament, as they refer to it, is split pretty much right down the middle. A lot of people are pro-independent, and they want to keep as much of the core culture out of Rim planet, politics as possible, where others are from the core and are happy with that. Other people, some people even on the borders, are see the technology and the quality of life of the core and think that's a better option, and so they've swung that way. But after the election, which promised change, the economy and the management of interplanetary trade becomes further and further mired in indecision. The Peacemakers take advantage of the progress just being ground to a halt as everything is stalemated. They take advantage of this by starting to really rally the troops, and it's the first time that the Peacemakers make themselves publicly known. And it's the bill 99, which proposes for a single tiebreaker in the position of what they call a premier, is hotly debated. So we will pick up with 3 months later. Galen's been elected. You are all working on the ship. The ship is now in thereabouts the core, kind of the outer core area, but it's been orbiting there for the last month or so. And all of you received some DMs that are things that you've discovered. And we're going to pick up with Jet. I gotta pull up these things. Yeah. Jet, while you have been undergoing a lot of these medical tests and treatments because of the illness that's accelerated, the illness has been mostly, quelled. You don't feel sick like you did before. In fact, in some ways, you're feeling better than you ever did before. But you do have to return frequently for treatments to keep it under control. You've gotten pretty familiar with the staff there and the procedures, and you've started to kind of put some things together that have you a little concerned. And while maybe you all have maintained some, you probably meet up with each other sometimes to say hi and hang out. The only one of you who maybe doesn't meet up as much would be John Fontaine, because he's elsewhere a lot of times working. But maybe you all talk sometimes when he's back. That's up to you guys. I don't know how close you all feel you are. But what you discovered, Jet, has you worried. What do you want to do?
Probably go find Molly. Or yeah, go find Molly.
She's easy to find. She's been working alongside her daughter in research and development. Molly, how has your relationship gone with your daughter? Muted. You're muted.
I guess that's. Oh, am I?
Oh, you just had a
you're fine now.
huge delay.
Oh, wow.
That was an audio delay.
Am I maybe not plugged in all the way? Can you guys hear me?
Such a huge delay.
It says I'm. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The delay is probably like 8 seconds. You may want to close and come back.
Well, I don't know how. I don't know how long the delay.
It was so bad.
That was the longest delay I think I've ever seen.
Wow.
Let's see if they come back.
Well, I hope so. It's gonna make this next segment real awkward.
It's gonna be really awkward. Okay, there we go.
Hello.
I have a feeling it might be everyone being home and logging onto the internet at the same time.
Well,
I'm suddenly in with it.
We've got you now, so we'll plug on. So how are things going with your daughter?
I like to think pretty well. Molly has stopped drinking, so she's probably more clear-headed than she used to be, and probably is enjoying her work more than she would admit, more than she would like to admit.
It's definitely interesting stuff.
So I think that Honestly, I feel like we're probably pretty close again at this point. At least, maybe not like super duper like best friends close, but like we're recreating our bond.
Yeah, I think
At
so
least
too.
I feel.
Given your choice to buy off the complication, that was your daughter's main stipulation, is she wanted you to quit drinking, and she would connect with you again. So I would fully agree that I think things have been going well for you guys. As for your son, he was found, though he has not been able to be brought in, if that makes sense. He has been running with another gang, and any attempts to contact him have been met with him being angry and being loyal to the criminals that he has fallen in with. You don't know for sure if it's a choice or if he's being forced to do so. But you also know that running after him may cause more harm than good. And you can only hope that with more information and more time, maybe you'll be able to track him down or convince him to stop. But in the meantime, you and your daughter are much closer. So, Molly is easy to find. She's been working in that same general area, and you're able to go to the labs and find her.
Just knock on the door. Don't wanna come into a lab without.
Yeah, come in.
All right. I'll go through.
I'll open the door. Hey.
Hey. I don't know where to start with this. And I don't know if I want to say it out loud because they have cameras and surveillance equipment everywhere here. So I'm gonna write this down. And you can read it under a covered hand.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. I will. Oh, geez. Does anybody even use like pen and paper anymore?
You can find that people take notes on pen and paper.
Sure. Okay.
In the lab.
Yep. I will.
Also, Molly, I'm gonna go ahead and say you know of a supply closet that is not monitored.
Oh no.
Supply closet, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, if you want to go somewhere a little private, I can. Here, follow me.
Yeah, sure.
I'll lead Jet that way. I'll open the door to the closet and step in. Welcome to my office.
Thanks. Okay. Well, you're sure this is safe?
Just keep your voice down. We'll be good.
Right. Okay. So, I'm not exactly sure.
And shut the door.
Where to start with this? I've been having treatment for whatever this is for a long time now. Yeah. I think they're doing experiments with my blood.
What kind? Like, do you have any ideas what kind of experiments? Or do you think they're just taking it and like injecting it into people?
I'm I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. It just I don't know. Can you look? Is that even possible? I don't know if it,
Um, it's not really my department, but I can maybe try to
I don't,
put some feelers out.
I don't want to get you, I don't want to get you like fired or anything. But
Well,
Molly, you do have access to their computer system because of your research.
I can maybe try to check some things out on the computer.
yeah, that would be fantastic.
Okay. I'll take a look. I'll see what I can find, and maybe I'll come find you afterwards, and we can speak again somewhere nice and private.
Like a supply closet?
Well, supply closet, bathroom stall, somewhere that's not
Right, yeah.
monitored.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, until our next clandestine meeting, walk out.
See you, Captain.
And I will just go to the cafeteria and eat spaghetti.
All right, Molly. Do you want to look into it?
Yeah, I would love to do some research into this. I'm fascinated.
I would say because you have scientific expertise and you have technical engineering. I would say probably let's do technical engineering.
Okay.
Intelligence, technical engineering, in place of a computer specific skill. If you're looking for something in the computer system, digging around in a file that maybe you don't normally look at. Okay.
Can I put one plot point into that?
Yes, you can. Everybody should be at 6 right now, by the way. Yeah, so with an 11, you are able to find what you're looking for. And what you find confirms what he's afraid of. You're able to see a number of experiments going on. And you're kind of amazed you never noticed this before, but probably because they do such a good job on compartmentalizing all of their different departments, that it took quite a bit of searching around and maybe putting in a few different passwords to try to access this. But you do find that there is a experiment that has a code name called Shinmei that is using the blood of a test subject that isn't hard to figure out is Jet. And that blood is being used in this project, which is in a completely different part, but is also the labs. But you would know those labs to be biological labs. And it's not exactly pharmaceuticals in the way that you think of them, but it is definitely treatment of people. The other things you find are that there are tests, there are other tests going on that are in the same folders, given different names, different project names. And the project names mentioned, two of them you find that stand out to you, reference test areas and test populations. One of them is a town named Beaufain on Burnett. Another is a town named Salt Hollow on Janyan. That's what you find.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try to find Jet with after I have gathered this information.
Jet, roll your new perception ability, alertness perception.
Yeah. This one. And this one.
What's that? Nice.
The highest
you,
I've ever rolled.
the highest you've ever rolled. You have actually managed to debug your quarters. You found all of the ways, all the cameras and everything,
Oh,
and you've found ways to make that private. You have to check pretty frequently,
right.
but you're pretty sure that it's private right now.
Okay.
You also know that your ship is still docked.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the ship. I wonder if it is still unbugged.
You can roll me another alertness perception if you feel like you've gone back there to check.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Jet would probably be on the ship at least once a day.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You're not sure, but you do keep it locked and you know your ship very well.
Yeah.
And while you can't verify that it hasn't been bugged, every day you come to your ship, you feel fairly certain no one's been there. You know what
Right.
it's like when someone comes and goes from your ship.
Right. Okay.
So I guess either option is fine. Well, wherever you are, I'm gonna come find you with what I've learned.
Well, I am probably going to be where Jet is most comfortable, and that would be on the ship.
Okay.
Yep.
I guess I'll look for you there.
Okay.
Hey, Chet.
Yeah.
Listen, are we good to talk here? Yeah. So
Yeah, I think it's fine. Oh.
It seems like your fears are justified. I looked into it, and it seems like your blood is being used for some experiments. It's called Project Jinmei.
Shinmei?
There's also a couple projects that, yeah. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah. It does.
It means beautiful heart, doesn't it?
It's the name of the ship that my dad and Peter Kane served on together.
Oh. Oh. Well, it seems like Peter Kane still sees your blood as an extension of that time, I guess. Not my place to speculate, maybe, but there were two other experiments I saw in these same files that sort of mentioned Bofane and it was
Salt Hollow on Janyan.
Salt Hollow, yeah, and Salt Hollow, mentioning population counts and things like that.
You can both roll recall checks if you're wanting to recall anything about that.
Yeah, I
Whoa.
think I will. I mean, we were on Bofane.
Bofane is where
Or we were in Bofane.
the Anomalite came from. That's where the Silverliners
Yeah.
were. And then Salt Hollow was that last job that we took before we met up.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like a desert planet, and we were going there for a delivery to, I don't think it really matters at this point.
It said it was a plague town.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we never went to Salt Hollow, but it seems like whatever was happening there might have been the same thing that was happening in Bofane. And maybe it's related to you.
Huh. You think they're using my blood to try to cure the plague there?
Could be.
Or
I
worse?
just wonder where the plague came from. I mean, it's not every day that you meet cannibals, and especially not cannibals that are definitely not just humans. I don't want to say that GK had something to do with it, but it wouldn't surprise me. I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility that that could have been an experiment gone wrong.
And that we somehow just happened upon it?
I mean, things are funny that way sometimes. I don't know. But I just thought you might like to know. You may want to find out what kind of rights you have to your blood.
I'm afraid if I start asking questions, they're gonna start giving me treatment.
Yeah. It's a delicate situation, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
That's why I was a little wary. A little wary of this whole thing. But
Yeah. So what do we do?
I guess that's up to you. It's your health. I don't want to gamble with your life, Captain.
I guess I could just ask them next time I go in what they're using the blood for. What they're looking for. We never really
It's
talk
very
about
bold.
it. I mean, obviously they're developing some sort of treatment. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you.
Yeah, and it couldn't hurt to ask some questions about it. Just, be a little curious.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird me asking questions all of a sudden after 3 months of being pretty much silent in that chair.
I don't know. People gain interests in things over time.
Yeah.
We all have
All
our
right.
developments as people, I think. But
I appreciate you looking
Yeah.
into this.
just don't get yourself in trouble.
Me?
Right.
Trouble? Never.
Right.
Maybe a little.
Yeah, well, if you need me to look into anything else, just let me know, okay? You know where to find me.
Yeah, I got a good idea. All right.
I will head off the ship.
Probably stick around for a little while. As
Okay.
to not make it suspicious. Then I'll leave.
You'll leave, right? Is that all you want to do right now?
For now, we can we can let other people do things.
Okay. John Fontaine, you got back from an important meeting not too long ago. You've been away a lot the last few months. In fact, you realize just how breakneck these schedules can be. You don't always go with the most important of people, but you found yourself more often than you expected rubbing elbows with some of the elites in society, much like how it was with the Blue Suns. In fact, you have no problem sliding back into your old routines and your old habits and skills. It comes naturally. But beyond that, even when you aren't, acting as a companion on these meetings, you found your schedule just completely filled up with TV spots and commercials. Your face has become, in some ways, synonymous with Gardner and Kane's products as a spokesperson, which works because you're extremely handsome. And sometimes you almost miss having time to yourself, but you're making more money than you ever imagined. And you can pretty much go do anything as long as you're there for your job. But recently, you got back from a dinner that you've been to a few of these dinners, and you're meeting all the time. You're listening as these fat cats and important politicians discuss things. And most of the time, it's just kind of going over your head because it's just politics and economics. But you've gotten pretty good at understanding some of the lingo. So it stands out to you when on a recent trip, you went to a dinner, and this one was with Galen Kane himself. And you met up, not you, but he met up with a few people at a very nice, very expensive place to eat. And they discussed a few things that that made you a little, something didn't feel right about it.
Okay.
You can't quite tell if the reason that Galen keeps you at his side is because he trusts you, and he's kind of become fond of you, or if it's because he's the type to keep his enemies closer, to keep you occupied and under his wing. But regardless, in some ways, he's maybe been a bit more loose-lipped around you. And at this dinner, he doesn't hide some of the topics. And the topic that he discussed that day is Bill 99. And while you're there with other representatives of corpos and politicians, there's also a man there named Callum Drake.
Callum Drake.
That's the man. And you overhear Galen talk to Callum about Bill 99 and makes him a promise that if Bill 99 passes, he's going to back him as premier. But there's just something about that name. You aren't sure what it is, and there's just something about that meeting that seemed like they were hiding something.
Something seemed off.
They seemed really off about it. And they don't usually mention these things around you, but maybe they forgot. It's hard to say. Maybe he just trusts you. Then again, he does pretty much feel like you're on his side. Yeah. What do you want to do with his knowledge?
I'm gonna do some investigation on this Callum guy. See what I can find out.
Absolutely. Investigate away. That'll be I think it'll be intelligence. And investigation, obviously. Nice. That's pretty good. With a 9, you are able to find the name Callum Drake on the Cortex. It's not too bad. And you know that he is the founder of a weapons corporation called Argus.
Okay.
And you may remember something about Argus. And you know that Argus Tech is what is credited for winning and ending the last war for independence.
Okay.
That's what you can get with a 9.
Okay. Cozying up to weapons manufacturers, huh? Very interesting.
Though you would remember that Argus disappeared quite some time ago. I would normally give you a recall check, but just to avoid any confusion, I'll just tell you.
Right.
You remember, you would probably, anyone would know this, especially you, since you've been in the corporos for so long. Argus shut down within 2 years after the end of the war. And yet here's Callum Drake at a meeting.
Very interesting. Okay. All right.
We can, if you want to mull that over, I can move over to.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see. Well, not last. Molly had some information, but she did not disclose. So we'll move over to Beatrix. Beatrix, you have been a test pilot for the last 3 months, and you've gotten damn good at it. In doing so, you've risen in the ranks to be more trusted with the research and development of these new ships. And one day, you walked into your boss's office, and there was something sitting on the desk. Kind of caught your eye. Maybe a little bit of your mom's mechanical knowledge made you notice something about it. What do you do?
She might look it over and memorize it at first, realize what she's looking at, and then try not to panic, but just very confidently walk out of the area and see if she can find anybody from the crew, anyone that might be around. Guessing potentially either Molly or Jet.
You would have their
to
contact
find.
information. You'd have everyone's contact info, and they're all on the station right now,
Okay.
or ship.
Is it possible to open a comm signal to all of them?
Yes,
Okay, cool. Hey.
it would be more like a
everybody?
phone call. It'd be like a group
Yeah.
conference call. Big
Conference call.
Everybody gets a ping.
Yes.
Gosh,
Hello.
oh my god, I miss you guys. I miss you guys so much. I was just thinking about the time that we nearly got eaten by cannibals. We should get spaghetti together. I know that sounds a little strange, but I'm just thinking.
Yeah, totally.
It's really important that we have dinner together
calzones.
soon.
You know,
What
it's
do you
really funny you should
say?
say that. I'm actually in the cafeteria right now eating spaghetti.
I could join you right now.
Great.
Right now. I'll
I'll
head
see you
that
soon.
way. I'm gonna stay on the line actually,
Oh.
because I really think Molly and John, please be there too. We should really have a group dinner, like
Yeah,
a family
no.
dinner, right now.
You know, I am
Maybe I could get a coffee.
as delicious as commissary spaghetti sounds. I am just terribly busy. I have a photo shoot for the latest issue of an interplanetary magazine, and I'm gonna have to look my best, and I can't have
Well, do you
spaghetti.
remember? I mean, I take 5 minutes. Just take 5 minutes. 5 minutes, John, please.
Maybe just have a glass of water.
All right, if I'll take 5 minutes for everything we've been through. Five minutes. All right.
Thank you so much, very much. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. And she hangs up, and she just makes her way to the commissary that Jet's at.
I'll head that way.
And she also grabs some spaghetti. That's a
I
plate.
like that we're
down.
having lasagna tonight. It's very immersive.
It very much is.
People.
Delicious.
No wonder I've got the jitters.
Yeah, no, this spaghetti's great. Hey, remember that time we nearly got eaten by cannibals?
Yeah, how
Sure
could I
do.
forget the day I turned into one? No, that was a joke. I'm sorry.
What?
Yeah, I was just thinking about.
Yeah, do you remember the mine that we were in?
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
had some sparkly crystals.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cancer dust.
And she leans in and she like tells everybody to come closer. It does more than make cancer.
I know. It's like a wonder metal.
Isn't it like a highly explosive or something like that?
Yes.
Why are you telling us this?
Oh, you found something.
Yeah,
Yes,
I did.
you didn't. You didn't send that message just to reminisce, now did you?
Oh no, I didn't. That's why I wanted to make sure that you were all here.
Hmm.
Maybe we should go somewhere more private.
Yeah, but the spaghetti is so good. You know
It's
what also
delicious.
makes me really nostalgic?
Hmm.
I mean, I miss all of you guys. Could we go to the ship?
Yeah.
Oh, I miss flying her.
Sure. We can take her out.
Okay. So she's
go-
going to
up to
scarf
the-
spaghetti like her life depends on it.
Just go back
Just,
up to the
like,
line and
plow
like
through it.
scoop some more spaghetti onto like just a to-go container and take it with
Yeah.
me.
She's gonna take it out of Jet's hands and put it into Molly's hands.
I'm holding coffee and just like my other hand is crossed. So
Damn it.
it's,
Um,
you're just gonna
That's all right. I'll hold on
either
to it.
put it on the ground or.
No, she'll hold on to it. She'll bring it with.
My spaghetti.
I miss you guys so much.
Yeah.
You guys,
Are you on the ship now? Or are you walking there?
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Continue. I just want to make sure. I wasn't sure.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
on the ship.
Yeah.
We're making our way downtown.
Making our way.
Like the funny thing is that like when they close the airlock, off to the side, she pops open a compartment and like has a couple figures in there, like bolts and hex nuts and whatnot. She like makes sure that they're in the right place, and then she keeps going. Yeah. So they're making weapons. Why would a pharmaceutical
Sorry.
company be making weapons?
Did everybody else just drop out?
You dropped.
Yeah, we both just like our internet just like pooped for a
Popped
second.
for a
It's
second?
back now.
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again.
Hang on 1 second. I have to add the DM's camera back to the overlay, which means the DM's gonna have a close up real soon. Because I don't feel like doing the studio mode. Did I wait? Nope.
Let's see.
DM's
Let's
gone. DM, can you leave the call and come back?
Yeah, I can leave and come back.
Rip.
see. Rip.
What a wonderful day. So this is interesting. Weapons, huh?
Quick, conspire
no.
while they're gone.
Oh, never mind.
Quick, have all the good
Everything's
roleplay where
gone.
they can't hear us.
Oh my gosh.
They're back. Here we go. Hi.
There we go. Oh, and the close-up's over.
It was a quick one.
It was.
I can't even see the stream. Oh, there
I
it
can see
is.
the stream. It
Okay.
was black for a split second there, though.
Yeah, yay, close up. Oh God. You should have told me. I would have had like a face ready to go when it was gonna pop up.
Sorry. So,
Okay,
yes,
that was weird. I still think that we might be having this. Oh well, it's coming back now.
what's coming back?
Our internet, the Wi-Fi dropped down to like
Oh.
one bar.
Uh-oh.
And I was still like kind of having low quality video, but it seems like it's coming maybe back. I don't know.
Yeah, I have a strong signal over here. It seems
Okay.
okay.
You guys are
for now.
fine to me.
You guys
Okay,
sound good.
good. I don't know what that was. You're on
That
the
was
ship.
an
We're on the ship.
unintentional cliffhanger.
So weapons.
Yeah, they're building weapons.
Yeah,
Why
what
is a
kind of weapons?
pharmaceutical
Like,
company building weapons? What purpose would they have for building weapons? You're not going to pew cancer out of people.
But what if they're trying to shoot
Well,
cancer into
I was
Garden
about to say
Pain
the
is
same
more
thing.
Than just a,
Trying to pew
Some
pew
type
cancer
of cancer
into
gun.
people.
Cancer gun.
It's the worst ever.
I mean, it's not wrong.
It's
Oh.
okay.
Mm.
Okay, look, I got
If you want to roll a recall check, all of you can roll a recall check.
okay.
I remember
I'm sure I will
talking about
recall much.
Argus before. We already knew that.
We'll just use this just in case anybody doesn't remember. I can give it
Yeah.
away if you don't remember. A 9, 9, 10. Oh, well, you all remember. Even Molly remembers.
Wow.
Wow.
So just in case anybody forgot, you do remember that Argus Industries made a lot of money, made a fortune off of their special ammunition, and it was called, quote unquote, by the losers, both a magic bullet, and also they had other names for it, like Green Dragon and stuff like that. There was an ammunition that released radiation on impact.
I
So
know.
you're not wrong.
Yeah, it's a weapon that uses the anomalite that we found.
Uh-huh. The anomalite.
Yeah, that's. Well, listen. Why is a pharmaceutical company got its hands in politics so deep? Why is a pharmaceutical company literally putting a candidate in office, basically? GK has got their hands in every pie.
No, that's
they
the
don't have their
thing.
hands in it.
You know,
They
They have
own
the pie.
the pies, and everyone else has their hands in it.
Yes.
They
Right.
own the bakery.
GK is the pie. That's they're not making weapons for nothing.
You know,
I have a feeling they're
well, shit.
trying to consolidate enough power to take over the entire galaxy, but what do I know?
You know, when I told them where that was, I was really, really hoping they would use it for, I don't know, medical research or something.
Yeah, no, there was a little bit more than just the schematics. It's there were records, and it said that they tested the weapon on Burnett.
Oh, that's
Of
what
course
that
they did.
was.
It was glassed when we were last
It was
there.
glassed.
It was glassed.
Uh-huh.
So they well, it's really effective.
So I just, I wanted to get you all together to reminisce about this very nostalgic night.
It's so nostalgic.
Do you think we can
This-
launch the ship? Can we get gone? Should we just leave?
Yeah.
I have a photo shoot.
I think your photo shoot can wait.
It cannot. It will have to be rescheduled. It can be rescheduled.
Oh my god.
But this does.
Maybe you should reschedule.
I do have some relevant information in that. Gardner Kane is going to be supporting the ex-head of August for premier if they vote for Bill 99. So it seems like these pieces are all coming together.
Huh.
We just had myself and Mr. Kane had lunch with him, dinner with him, not a few nights ago, and something about their conversation just didn't hit me right. Some kind of dirty dealings going on.
Huh.
There's all kinds of suspicious stuff. I was finding some details about medical shipments that they've been doing to the Georgia system, and it looks black market.
But why?
I mean, I don't want to make too many accusations, but well, there's definitely something criminal going on, or something shady at least.
Has nobody else noticed these pieces falling together? Are we the only ones that know this?
We're in some spicy spaghetti now.
We might be the only ones who care.
Might be the only ones who care.
Some very spicy spaghetti.
Now, if we
Yeah,
can,
we might be the only ones who are.
I hate them, but if we can find out what's going on, I do have a certain associate, a reporter, who might be able to break this story wide open. But first, we got to get to the bottom of it.
Well, it's. I guess the bottom of it could be finding out what is happening with Jet's blood.
Yeah. Maybe. If we know what they're doing with it.
I'd like to know where that's going.
Are they... I mean, they're using it for treatments, aren't they? Experimentation somewhere else? Oh. I mean, we're at HQ, right? Everything we need to know is gonna be on the aid ship. Probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, so
so we plan a heist.
okay, yeah. Yeah, well, we could
Are we heisting you?
we might
Like,
not even
what?
necessarily
No.
need to
I mean, it doesn't even have to be that
heist it.
complicated.
We could
We just try to find the information without being noticed, which is kind of heisty. You know,
It
don't
is
let
kind
them
of heisty.
know until it's too late.
I should have taken photos of those schematics, but there's no cameras in there. Oh.
we could try to go to Burnett or Salt Hollow and see if there's any, I don't know, any kind of clues we could find there. Maybe it's not our best idea, but
No, I think we're right where we need
or
to
maybe
be.
it's not our best shot.
I think all
it's
the
not a good idea,
information we
but
need
I
is
don't
on
know.
this ship.
I think you're right.
I think it's all right here. It's been under our noses this whole time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, all we need is copies
When's your next
of...
medical appointment?
2 days from now.
Okay, so we've got 2 days. How does it normally play out? You just go to an office, they draw some blood, and
Give me some
let you
medicine.
go on your merry way.
No, I actually think they actually give me medicine for. There is
See,
there is some definite sickness that whatever they're giving me has helped with treating. I feel better than I have in a long time. But
Okay. I'm glad to hear that.
well,
Well, I mean, Jet's risking never getting that kind of aid again if he gets caught. Wouldn't
Yeah.
you want to get a sample of that medication they're giving you? Maybe it can be, I don't know, synthesized somewhere else. If we get out of here.
well,
Get out of here and go where?
I don't know.
that is the question. What do we do with this information once we find out what it is? If it's even that bad.
It seems like it's bad.
Well, what higher authorities
It
are there
does.
than Gardner
It's-
and Kane?
It
We
seems
can.
like it's bad. But is it really? I mean, we're not going to know until we find what we're looking for, I guess.
Yeah. Well, considering what happened to Burnett,
It's pretty bad.
odds are it seems bad to me. But why don't we try to focus on your appointment? So maybe one of us can follow you, go with you as moral support or something, and
I'll do it.
we can try to swap out your blood for a different.
Swap out my
Sure.
blood for different blood? Dude,
I don't know. Maybe we can take a sample now, and well,
they're going to know.
I guess it wouldn't help. Maybe we can put a tracking chip or something on the vial.
In your blood?
Maybe you
on
just,
the vial.
maybe
No.
he can just take a little chip in his hand and stick it to the vial.
Maybe.
Or I don't know. Maybe we can just do more digging into the computer.
I think that might be a good idea.
That's not a bad place to start.
I think go through the computers first. If I can get a file on the schematics or even a copy of the schematics, I mean, that's a pretty scary piece of evidence to have for whatever they're planning.
Yeah, if you could get that, I could take a look and maybe discern what they're putting together.
Oh, it's definitely a weapon
Okay.
that can be mounted onto ships.
Mounted onto ships.
Uh-huh.
What size chips? Like something we have, or like something like the ship that our ship is in?
Is it scalable is the question.
Well, I'm going to take a wild guess that they probably already know that answer, and it's probably a yes.
Well, if we can gather enough evidence that points towards something, we can maybe take it to the Union. I don't know. Maybe we can.
We can take it. We can
Get
take it
somebody-
to the man. We can take it to the man who ruined me. He's a big-time reporter. He knows how to break a story, and if anyone can get it out there in front of the people, he can.
So we're gonna go to your
That's not a bad
enemy?
idea.
Well, I secretly suspect he's always carried a flame for me, but yes.
All right.
Who hasn't secretly carried a flame for John Fontaine?
What's that?
Who hasn't secretly carried a flame for you?
I haven't.
Well, all right. You don't have to be so fancy. Now, to be fair, last time I saw him, I did threaten him with a gun. But, you know, bygones be bygones.
Right.
I hope so.
So where do we
Okay,
start?
so
How do we get what?
we've got the schematics. Well, theoretically. We've got the stuff with your blood. And we've got the...
There's one thing
I guess-
I should tell you, John Fontaine.
Yes.
When you got back and your photo shoot was scheduled, part of the reason it was scheduled is because you know pretty intimately Galen's calendar.
Mm,
And you know that he left the day you got back.
okay.
He's been gone a couple days.
All right.
So he left. For whatever that's worth.
So Mr. Galen has stepped out. If there is a time to act, it would be while he's not around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guess that's a good opportunity.
Do we know when he's coming back?
Make me do math. Hold on.
74 hours from now.
I have to look at the verse and actually calculate that. I would say the answer to the question is you have an estimate of when he'll be back because it's on the calendar. I'll have to get back to you on like exact days.
That's fine. He'll be back.
It'll be about 2 weeks actually.
He'll be back in 2 weeks.
So we've got time. Oops.
Yeah. We
2 weeks.
we have time. That's good.
I like time.
Yeah. So there's something that I guess we could all look into. I mean, there's the smuggling thing, the weird medical shipments. I say smuggling. There's your blood experiments. There is the what was it, John Fontaine? You had some tips from a dinner you had, right?
Yes, I was saying that. It's all very political, and I won't get into it. But I essentially, in exchange for support on Bill 99,
Yeah,
Gardner Kane is going to
the
support
Callum.
Callum for the premiership.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
yeah, and the schematics. So maybe we can do one thing at a time all together, or maybe we can split up and do everything all at once. It might be less suspicious if we split up,
I kind of agree.
but could be safer if we stay together.
I think for the schematics, either I need to just slip back into the office and steal them, at which point they're going to know that I was there, or see if we can find a copy of them somewhere on the computers.
It was a paper schematic.
Was it a paper schematic?
It would have been interestingly,
On the
it would have been
screen.
a illuminated table that
Okay.
has it's like a giant screen on the table.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, I can't take the schematics, but I
Well.
could take a photo of them
Or you could download them.
or download them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we could set you up with a little thumb drive or something.
Still going to be a record of that.
Yeah.
And then they can just look back on footage, see who walked in.
I mean, unless we, I don't know, snuck into Galen Kane's office and downloaded on his account.
Yeah, we could do that.
The cameras still. We may have to.
Well, we can
fiddle around with
we can
those.
figure that out.
Anybody here particularly good with hacking into things?
I think Molly and I have a little bit of background there.
Can,
I'm not a great hacker exactly, but I have some technical expertise.
do we need to find somebody?
I think.
How are we going to find
does.
somebody that we can trust? I imagine people who are just going to hack into Gardner Kane on a whim, a little bit hard to find.
Maybe it's best if we stick to the whatever it was that you saw.
Yeah.
Might be safer.
Yeah.
It might be easier to try to wipe the records of it being downloaded from there
Probably.
or from another computer somewhere else around here.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, I guess we've all got some computer work to do.
Yep. Beep boop.
Computer work? Nah, I'm just gonna talk up the nurse.
Some investigation.
How do you get things done? By flirting. I learned that from the three of you.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Do you want someone to flirt on your behalf?
On my behalf, you like a wingman?
Yes, yes. Would you like a wingman?
No,
Abs-
he's the pilot. John's the pilot when it comes to flirting. You just look cute in the back.
Yeah, I just, and no offense, but sometimes your manners can be a bit uncouth. So if we are putting ourselves, part of the plan is flirting, then maybe I should be involved.
He called
Yeah,
it.
you may be a little young for that sort of thing anyway.
Yeah.
You know, normally I think I might be
You're younger
offended
than my
by this,
kids.
but
But the nurse is a man.
but I know when to rely on my crew's skills. So,
You're very wise for your age. I'll give you that.
John Fontaine, we can talk up the nurse, and we can, I don't know, try to get them to divulge as much information about what they're doing with that blood as we can.
All right, sounds great. And then in the meantime,
Maybe we can.
go ahead.
Well, maybe we can use you as a diversion while we, I don't know, go into the computer system, see where it actually is being sent.
Maybe.
Maybe we can have two little methods at once.
Or, and hear me out, they have to have like computer technicians, right?
Yeah.
Please don't ask me to flirt with a computer technician. It's not going to work.
Just flirt with a computer technician and take their credentials.
Who's, I guess we're drawing straws then. But maybe we can work out the details later. I do like that. That sounds like a solid plan.
That way,
I'll do it if nobody else wants to.
What, flirt with a computer technician?
I've done essentially that before.
It's true. You're so much better at it than I am.
Wait, do you need me to do double flirt duty? Because I can't be in two places at once, but we can stagger the flirting so that way I can distract one person. We get something done there, and then I am pretty much the face of God in the cane now, so I will be very, very useful in any distraction purposes.
It's true. You are.
It's a good point.
Double flirting duty it is. Sign him up.
All right.
Well, I will do it, but it's probably for the best, since Sean Fontaine is going to be occupied.
Probably only temporarily.
So I guess that's
Probably.
I guess that's that. We have 2 weeks, so we don't have to do this all at once.
Right.
Well, at least we can enjoy the spaghetti.
Well, with the computer technician part, they're
We
going
have-
to probably figure out that they're missing their
Yeah.
credentials really quickly. So we would have to.
Punch them?
I can do that.
Just
Oh,
be quick about it.
that might not be a good idea. Oh, them dropped again.
I don't know what's going on.
You guys, the internet's going crazy.
It's not her though. It's me.
Yeah, it's just you.
Do I need to leave and
You're
come
back.
back? 'Cause-
Nope, you're back.
Oh, I'm back now. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
My computer does need an update, so I'll restart it after this. I don't think that would cause it. It's on Wi-Fi, so I don't know why that would be it. Maybe we need to reboot our router.
That might be because it did take a tumble.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
okay.
we have a plan.
Yeah. So let me get this straight.
sort of, yeah.
Am I understanding correctly that you're gonna have two parties, and that two of you are gonna go to the lab and flirt, or to the infirmary and flirt with the nurse or nurses there, the doctors, to try to find out information about what they're doing with his blood?
Yep.
And as a separate group that is going
It may
to
be better to try to find them on their day off.
Maybe. I could like ask one of them
Like,
out or something.
I don't know.
I don't know.
If they go to the bar or something. Yeah.
What if we could? Can we
It
take
might be a
their?
little weird to just show up at work.
Could we take their login credentials or their key card or something and access the information?
Maybe.
Do you want to sleep with me so I can take your credentials?
Well,
That's
I'm a little
fine.
young
You've
for
done it
that.
before, right?
We have kind of done it before.
Y'all
So
can
we should
do
be
it.
pros at this by now, except for me. Don't.
It's a little
count
weird
me
if
in
I do
this.
it.
All I'm saying is like I'm good, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure I can sex someone so well that they spill their entire professional secrets to me. Well, actually, I did.
I think you have more confidence in yourself, John.
I did literally do that to that poor insurance adjuster.
You did.
Yes. Yes, you did.
Poor guy. He probably got fired. Who knows? His wife found out he was gone. Like his life is ruined.
His whole fucking life is ruined.
Oh God.
That's season 2. He comes back to get revenge on you.
He has a
Ooh,
fucking
villain.
axe to grind.
That's funny.
So, in the essence of time here, we're probably gonna have to go to 11 at this point, but we'll see how quickly we can wrap up. You guys have a few ideas here. I will give you a hint just to help. I'm pretty sure if you, no matter how hard you flirt with the nurses and the doctors, that information is going to be extremely difficult to get out of them.
Yeah, I can roll. I can do sex, but I don't think I can sex roll that high.
You could maybe, if there were substances involved and a lot of really good
Ooh.
rolls, you
Right.
know. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I am going to hint that there are probably easier ways.
Gotcha.
You're asking them to give you a
Right.
massive amount of information, and
So-
why would they trust you with that?
Instead of a sex dungeon, it's a torture dungeon.
That actually may be more likely, but to work.
Invite them
I
on the
wouldn't be
ship.
comfortable with that.
You don't have to be here.
I think it's better if we just use computers.
We can torture the
be honest.
computers. Torture the information out of them.
Yeah,
That way we
why
get
don't
the
we do
torture
that?
part and the information part.
So sex up the computer tech.
You have mechanical empathy.
I do have mechanical empathy, not
Technical
not
empathy, it doesn't
technical.
exist.
Yeah, it's not a.
Well, you may not understand the software of it, but you certainly get the
Hardware. Oh.
He's underage, Lem.
That's right. Sorry, but I mean, it's a computer. It's not the same thing. If you get the password right, does that consent?
Well, kind of.
No. Yeah, I guess so.
Weird debates about mechanical empathy.
Mechanical consent.
Hmm.
So anyway, I didn't want to like derail that, but I also didn't want y'all to like waste a bunch of time. I think you can do it.
I do think it probably is a better idea to go for the computer route, personally.
Yeah, we can find the
I
we can
think
find
it's
the
probably
tech.
smarter to try to.
Find their IT guy, you know,
Mhm.
and sex him up and steal his creds. Not his credits, his credentials.
But maybe his
plan?
creds too.
Maybe his creds
Just
too.
kidding.
No, all of his creds. Steal everything.
We're rich.
I was gonna say we're rich. At this point, we're just doing it to fuck with them.
We don't need to steal from these guys.
Wow,
Look-
this took a turn. Y'all are evil.
Look, you can take the pirate out. You can take the boy out of the pirate, but not the pirate out of the boy. That's dirty. That sounds terrible. Move on, please.
All right. Anyway, okay.
Ignore
so,
that.
we will press on. How do you want to go out finding this technician?
I mean, there's a directory, right?
Can we find like an employee roster somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do
Yeah.
that. You've been on this ship for like 3 months, so
Just
Surely,
find some random person and
surely we've had some sort of tech issue within that 3 months, and we've had to
Yeah.
go find this guy.
I feel like out of everybody that's in this group, B probably actually talks to Tex more often since she's an R&D
Mhm.
for technical piloting. So wouldn't she perhaps know someone already? Even though we have like a
I'll be right back.
Directory.
Push on. I'm so sorry.
yeah, you can. You
Okay.
can. Sure.
I know a guy.
Sure.
Okay.
You can know a guy. Yeah, let's see. Hold on. Okay. There is a tech, a tech guy who sometimes deals with the computers in the what's it called? Like the docking bay area.
Mhm.
Why, I don't know why I can't think of it. Like the ship bay area.
the
Hangar. God, thank you. Thank you. In the hangar, in the computer systems there. And
Took me a while.
they, his name is Joey Circuit.
Joey Circuit.
It's probably not his real name, but that's what they
No.
call him.
Do we want to wait until Josh is
No,
back?
he said go on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we can just. I know a guy. We talk ever so often. I mean, like not a lot, not terribly, but he knows me because I mean, like I'm constantly testing ships. It's so much fun. Why did this have to turn out this way? Anyway, his name is Joey, and maybe we can go talk to him.
Yeah. Anything sounds good at this point.
All right. And then maybe Jack can beat him up if he doesn't give us what we need.
Sure.
I'm just kidding.
I'll do it.
I don't think.
Yeah,
that's a good
you
idea,
can. You can do that. He will be in the hangar, as usual, running maintenance on the computer system.
Cool. Are we all going as a group? Is this later? Do we have time skip?
Right now. Let's go.
Right now. Okay.
We can go now.
Let's go confront them together.
I have no plan. This is all coming out of my ass.
I hope not.
Yeah. Anyway. So she's gonna go ahead and approach Joey. Hey, Mr. Circuit, how you doing tonight?
A young man with freckles looks up from with his head, deep in a console. 1 second, B. Hold on, almost done. There we go. God, this thing has just been giving me trouble all day. He's like beep beep beep
Wait.
beep beep beep.
Wait, the system?
Yeah, it's typical issues. It's not updating and connecting with the right signals coming through. So I have to manually put in every ship that lands. It's not supposed to be doing that.
It's really not.
Anyway, I thought you were off duty for today.
Yeah, but me and my old crew were around, and we all got jobs at the same time, and I just wanted to show them the area that I'm in because I'm proud of the work we do.
Hi, I'm Joey. They call me Joey Circuit.
So,
Nice to meet you.
yeah.
What's up?
Why am I doing this? Well, if it's giving you trouble, I mean, can't you contact someone to help you out with the system, or maybe I can take a look?
Oh, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I could call my boss, but then I have to admit I'm a big fucking failure and all. So I'll figure it
You're
out.
not a failure. Come
Well,
on.
I
You
know
keep
that.
this hangar running so fucking smoothly. What would we do without you?
Well, maybe have a better working computer system, but as long as I can get it working, I'm sure I won't lose my job or anything.
It would be gosh, it would be a shame if you lost your job.
It would be a shame.
Are his credentials visible?
Yeah. He wears a name tag and a card right here.
Would it be? Okay.
Well, I mean, why don't you go directly to your boss?
And again, admit I'm a failure.
No. I'm just,
Don't you have any underlings or anything?
Kind of a one-man show. But yeah, I mean, I got a team and all.
Well, how many of you are there?
Well,
You said you're a one-man show, but you have a team?
I mean, there's about 6 of us who work down here. I don't work 24/7.
Yeah, that'd be rough.
yeah, that will be rough.
okay. So you're the only one on shift right now?
Just me. Why are you asking these questions?
Wow.
They're really
I'm
curious
just
about how
curious.
everything works down here. I told them all about you. I mean,
Me?
well, I mean, yes, maybe a little bit. I'm sorry, okay?
Roll a either. I guess. Okay, yeah, it would be. You can roll your influence, or you can roll your performance.
Haha, I'll go with influence since that's higher.
Okay, so that'll be willpower, influence.
Power. Please, 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 please.
It's pretty good.
Okay. Is this a setup?
For what?
B, you never give me the time of day. Did they set you up to this? Just be honest. Don't lead me on. Just coming back.
No, I wouldn't do that to you.
Oh, I'm not that kind of person. I would never goad someone into flirting.
I am 100%. I would.
So what the hell is this?
Alfred Jet.
This is kind of like romance, good cop, bad cop thing.
It is a little weird, isn't it? They're really weird. They're kind of like family, but they're really odd family.
Do you want us to leave you alone, B? We can probably show ourselves around.
Please, no.
You sure? Seems real nice.
Okay, maybe.
I gotta
Oh.
get back to work.
Are you sure? She seems real nice.
Oh, come on. Why don't you just take a break? You and I can go get a drink. These guys can, I don't know, maybe fix your computer up, and then your boss will never have to know.
Wait. This is a fucking setup, isn't it?
Fresh set of eyes can't hurt.
You're setting us up on a date.
I don't want to get you in trouble.
Yes.
Look,
Oh, well.
I couldn't ask you out alone. I'm shy. That's why
I'm
I
not
can't talk to you.
You're there.
Oh, I am. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
He
be
has a
like,
hard time expressing herself. It's
listen, Mr. Circuit. I'm gonna kind of lean in and sit on the desk. I don't know if you know me. Hi, I'm John Fontaine Devereaux.
Yeah, I kind of know you.
Kinda your boss, or at least the face of the company. How you doing?
Good. Are you filming? Because I did not do my hair today.
Your hair looks lovely. You look just fine. I'm gonna roll persuasion. Now, if this was a setup, do you really think that the face of the company would be here as a little old spy? Obviously, we're just here to ask a favor of you. Nothing untoward, or else I wouldn't be here. Shit! Fuck. Can I burn it? I can't do a plot point like post.
You
post
can,
roll.
but
It only increases it by one per.
by one, you'd have to use 3 to get it to a 7.
You know what? I'm gonna do that.
Woof.
Okay.
All right.
This
Bump it up to a 7.
you want a favor. Okay, so it's not a ploy, but you want me to take a break and leave my post, but you're also asking me out on a date, but you want a favor.
Well, I think the favor that he was going to ask is if you just say yes.
Whoa, hold on. Whoa. B, like you and him, like you got him to come down here to convince me to go on a date with you. You could have just asked. I've always thought you were pretty.
I mean, look, I'm really, really good at flying ships. I'm really good at ships. I'm not good at people.
You could have just asked. But kind of crazy that you're like in with this guy. I'm
He's
not
like my
sure.
brother.
Oh God, yeah. Maybe I shouldn't I should probably get back to work.
well, he's not here to get you in trouble,
Right? Yeah.
right?
Of course.
I'm really, I don't know if you know this, but young Beatrice and I used to be on the same crew back before I was the face of Gardner Kane.
Yeah, well, what are you saying?
And I'm saying that I'm here as a token of friendship and doing a favor for my shy friend, not to keep an eye on you, make sure you're doing your work. Hell, I'm supposed to be in a news interview right now, but I decided to come down and play a little lovebird for my friend Beatrice.
Her name's Beatrix.
That's what I said. Just because I got an accent don't mean.
He's allowed to call me Beatrice.
Okay, look. I haven't taken my 15-minute break yet. If that's what this is all about, and I'm not going to get in trouble, fine. I can grab a quick drink with you. But don't touch anything, unless you're planning to fix it. But don't break it. Where do you want to get a drink?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Great.
The commissary,
anything,
the one that
obviously.
makes a really good gin and tonics
And spaghetti.
and spaghetti.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take us like 10 minutes to get there. The ship's fucking huge. There's a little break room
Well-
on the side if you want to grab it, but all they've got is a vending machine.
Maybe it'll take us 10 minutes to get there if we walk, but if we run,
It
half
takes
the
you 10
time.
minutes on the tram.
All right, fine. We can go to the little one. But that just means that you owe me another date that's longer than 15 minutes later.
Sure. So, are they gonna just like stay here or like?
Yeah, they're going to guard your post. I trust these people with my life.
We're not going to follow you.
Right. Okay. Don't touch anything.
Great.
Unless we want
Can
to
I
fix
have your
it. You said
credentials,
that. You
please?
said that
It's
before.
yeah, it's for the we need to we'll need to access the system so we can fix it.
This is really weird. Everyone needs to roll some kind of persuasion of some kind.
Yeah, we did not
I
go
have,
into this the best way possible.
Very,
We
very
just
odd approach.
marched on in.
John Fontaine's
should've-
very persuasive. Jet is
what am I
persuasive
rolling,
enough.
willpower?
He's not fucking it up. Willpower, yep.
What if you don't have persuasion?
If you have
It will
influence.
be
Just
your influence. Willpower influence.
Oh no.
That's really bad.
You can add a plot point to that to make it not a botch, right?
Yeah. I think
It does make sense that we're kind of winging it, like wing crewing it for you.
How many plot points do I have to add? All of them.
Well, you only have to add one to make it not a botch. And in
Right,
the system,
right.
a botch is far worse than just not passing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
However, if
Yeah.
you're wanting to pass,
Yeah.
hmm
the absolute minimum to not set off alarms for you is a 7.
Gotcha.
Woof.
Yeah, sure. Let's not set off alarms. 5 plot points it is.
Okay. That's 5 of your 6.
Woo!
He looks at all of you. Okay, well, especially John Fontaine with the 13, and he is the face of GK. Okay, well, I mean, I know you guys are gonna like do anything weird because if you did, it would probably look bad on Mr. Devereaux. So, yeah, I mean, I can log you in, but I can't just leave you my creds.
That's fine.
This better be a really good date. It's a good thing I really like you. And he logs in and leaves it there, but he takes his creds with him. And he goes with you to the break room.
God almighty.
Well,
If I wasn't playing Jet right now, I would ruin this whole man's career. Good God, the mistake he just made. Oh my God.
He's
It hurts my soul.
he's probably like 20 years old.
He's like system admin, right? Administrative access to everything. If he's a computer tech.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm having anxiety thinking about this. All right, Molly, do your thing.
so we're here for information about your blood samples, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna just look for that with my technical engineering skill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would I roll technical expertise for that? Okay.
Yeah, I have to be your intelligence,
any.
technical engineering, since you don't have like computers.
Wait,
You do have
Yeah.
what?
Okay.
I would like to set the objective for the episode.
Okay.
The objective is to gather the information that we're looking for.
That is too vague, my friend.
It's
It was worth
Sure.
a try.
Sure. Okay, hang on. Let me be more specific about the information.
Yes, please.
Specific.
Because we have 3 different pieces that we're looking for. Right now we're working on the blood. What time is it?
Yeah, 15 minutes.
I'll set it to find
I'm
the
just gonna make my roll.
information about the blood. So that's
Okay.
the objective. Is that narrow enough?
I will.
That is narrow enough.
Good deal.
Can I? What's that? A D4?
It's a
Is that
D4.
a 2-step
Yeah.
bonus?
Yep.
I'm gonna add a D4 to my roll for this. I'm gonna use my bonus.
Ooh.
That was almost really good.
Almost.
That was actually pretty good. Well, that D12 could have been a lot higher.
Yeah. Okay. Couple things. One is you know that if you let this computer go to sleep, you're locked out. So just you probably know that, but
I'll
just
just keep
be
jiggling
aware.
the mouse.
And you're able to get into this computer, and with that roll, you're looking for information on the blood.
Mm-hmm.
What you find out is that the blood is going to research to create something that project in a overarching project called Project Silverhold. And you can gather from the research and the test subjects and the manner in which it's being treated and experimented on that they've tried a injection, they've tried aerosol, different means of exposure, but that the results have been largely that the people have gone crazy. They've become cannibalistic, they've become violent. Some of them have just laid down and died.
That sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar. You would know, especially with your background, about the PAX and what it did, and that the experiments they're doing seem to be not exactly recreating the PAX. It's almost like, if you didn't know better, you would think that they were trying to make Reavers, except that can't possibly be what they're trying to do. It just seems to be the result. And you are able to find that each of these projects has been on various planets and moons throughout the system. Most of them have had some sort of strange ending. One being the city of Bofane was glassed. and that after it was glassed, these seemingly unoccupied mines are being taken over and used. They've been acquired by GK. Another one is in Janyan. The town of Salt Hollow was also a experimental group. The town became extremely sick, and many of them began to wither away from illness and lethargy. A few others also resorted to violence. While Bofane was glassed, Jan Yin, you saw recently, has a flag for termination of the experiment. The blood that you see, the blood that's being taken here is being funneled into Project Janyan and Project Shinmei, and that it has not yet been set on a population. It's all the experiments are being done currently on the ship right now.
Okay. Can I find out specifically what kinds of experiments are like? Are they like injecting people with the blood that they're extracting?
There have been just a few examples of this. And it's not the blood, it's something synthesized from it.
Oh, okay.
You can roll another.
Can I download this information?
Oh, did you bring something to download it on?
I would have my data pad with me, I guess.
Sure, you can do that.
Would that be sufficient?
Are you trying to be secretive?
Okay.
If so, I would ask for a covert of some kind. You could do an intelligence covert.
Okay, yeah.
And then also,
yeah,
if you'd like to roll another intelligence technical engineering, you can keep following that thread.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you're able to download it without any major flags. Obviously, there would be a record if you started digging for it, but nothing to make anyone want to look for it. And a 13 is really good, somehow better than your other roll. If you're continuing to follow the thread about Project Shinmei,
and yeah,
you will see that while it's not this blood sample that's being used, there is another set of files regarding the usage of this. Well, actually, it could be a part of this file, but that there is other uses of this refined blood that has been applied. That is popping up, I'd say, in a record for under the Kane name, and that file is locked. You would need access to Kane's files.
Okay. This is a lot of very useful information that we are finding here. I'm definitely happy to like have something kind of tangible.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other things that
Especially
you want
that we can
to
download.
explore? Any other questions you have?
Argus?
Um,
We can look for
I
the
guess-
we'll look for the schematics.
what was that?
Look, we can look for the schematics.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Sorry, Tyler, you have a really long delay. That's why we're like.
It's hard to tell.
Yep.
Yeah, I do. Whoops.
I was like, I can't tell if we're talking over each other. I'm gonna try to get you guys this information. I'm trying. You got
okay.
9 minutes.
Sorry about that.
That's
Welcome back.
better.
Yeah, so we were gonna look into the schematics.
Schematics, sure. You can roll for that.
All right.
Also, Beatrix, are you just flirting with this guy? How's it going? I'm gonna have you roll a influence
Okay.
roll for every minute or so that pass.
All right.
18?
That's pretty good.
God damn.
I rolled max on that one.
You rolled a max. I wish it'd been on a different topic.
That's amazing.
Dang.
This one is about the schematics. That sucks. The schematics are easy to find. You're in the hangar. You can download them.
All right. Well, I'll download them expertly.
Yeah, expertly. There isn't a lot more to say on that one, unfortunately. The schematics are, in fact, what Beatrix said. What I can tell you that maybe she didn't, explain further is that they are ship-mounted cannons that are small enough to be mass-produced.
Oh, I didn't have the mass produced part. Yeah.
That is terrifying. Well,
That
this
would
is good to have.
also it would also mention production facilities and the technology on it, and it would definitely lead you to wonder where the heck they are making weapons or plan to make weapons on this scale. To which
Yeah.
that topic was already kind of mentioned by Jet.
Well, this has been good so far.
Yeah.
Do we maybe want to look for information on that? What, John Fontaine, your candidate friend, what was his name?
The reporter?
No, the guy from Argus.
Oh, yes. You are speaking of. Hold on, I got it.
Beatrix, you're hanging on by a thread.
Speaking of Callum Drake.
We look
Mhm.
for him.
Yeah. Let's look some information up on him.
And the DM's gone.
God, I don't know what is going on. It has to be our router.
I'm not sure.
Are you on the Wi-Fi or are you wired?
I'm Wi-Fi.
Could be that.
It
Yeah.
must be. We did some electrical work. Maybe the router got busted up or something.
Maybe. I think
Is yeah.
I have you in the call, but you're not popping back up on the stream.
All right, I'll be back.
Sorry. Rip. Technical difficulties. Wait.
Get through this. I just don't know why my internet's dropping out. Yours isn't. Unless, are you wired in? You're on Wi-Fi? I don't know what's going on.
So
well.
weird.
Yeah. I couldn't hear that. What are you doing?
Do you want me to make a technical engineering check for looking into the
Callum.
Oh, Callum.
guy from Argus?
Yep. Another one.
Uno Mas. technical engineering and brains.
I mean, you're rolling well. I can't
I got some brains.
fault that. Callum. Okay. What you find is less.
Oops.
There isn't actually a very much on this terminal about Callum. In fact, there's little to nothing. Callum doesn't really have anything to do with the company directly. I would say unfortunately, there's just not much here.
Okay.
This may not be the best terminal to look at, or maybe this just isn't where the source of that information would be.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, we're at a hangar terminal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we've. Is there anything else that you guys can think of?
Yeah, delete the footage of us
We don't
being
have
here.
much time. Maybe we can try to fix this problem.
It's no,
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
care about his
Work
problem.
Yeah, roll a.
Oh,
You can use your create alter devices if you want to try to
nice.
erase footage.
Oh, cool.
Hope I roll well.
Pretty good. Yeah, I'll say that because you are using an administrator's login credentials, that you can find the security cameras right here, and you, with a 12, you think that you've gotten it. I think that giving you a firm affirmative as to like, yeah, I totally nailed this would be a 15.
All right. Well, I have the plot points that I could spend to do that. I guess I could, if it's not too late, I guess I could spend 3 more plot points and bring that to a 15.
I'll let you do it. If you want to do that, it's expensive, so sure. If you make it a 15, that is a very hard check. So you can erase the footage of the time you're here.
I want to be sure.
All right. Beatrix,
And,
one more roll for
I
me.
Sneak out before the lovebirds get back.
Yep.
All right. So in the other room, Beatrix has been hanging on for dear life. It's pretty obvious that he thinks that she's really cute, but she's not into him. And he starts to maybe figure out that this was some kind of setup date thing, and starts to think that maybe this was somehow to make fun of him. So he kind of goes with it for a while, but once you roll that 5, he is like, I'm like, not to be mean or anything. What the fuck did you just bring in the house?
What did she bring in the house?
A vine? Like a 7-foot vine?
Blackberry cane.
Oh, it is blackberry, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, sorry, not to be rude or anything, but I guess maybe I was just sort of taken by a pretty face, but I don't think I'm into you.
Beatrix is actually kind of legit sad.
Like, not to be mean or anything, I don't think you're my type.
Yeah, no, that's okay. At least it was worth, the 15 minutes to get to know you.
Not really. I left my computer open. I need to go.
Right. Yeah.
Good luck with your test flight.
Yeah.
All right, bye. He leaves and kind of hurries back out there to look for you guys. Are you there?
No.
Nope.
Y'all left.
Yeah.
He goes to his computer and he's like, what the fuck?
No way.
Oh, you're delayed again.
It delayed by like 10 seconds. All right.
No one's
Y'all,
here.
y'all dipped out.
Oops.
Yeah, we're gone.
So it's 11 o'clock. And you're missing some very important information.
Yep.
The main thing being, what's all this point to? And where's all this going?
Yeah.
You've gathered a lot of clues, and you definitely know something is up. But what you've also figured out is that you're going to need higher access than anything you're going to find in any computer, except maybe one.
Galen Keynes.
All right, well, we're gonna have to sleep with Alan Kane.
One of you may already have done that, just FYI.
I mean,
But
he's gone. He's gone for 2 weeks, right? Could we access his computer?
I guess we will find out in the season finale,
Oh,
which is going to be a long session.
Oh boy.
It may go pretty late, and I would be open if y'all want to start at 7.
I'm open.
I'd be okay with that.
sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
It'll be a full 4 hours. It was 7 to 11. I would rather not push later than that for people's lives.
What? We don't have those. Come on
Yeah.
now.
Okay. So y'all did really well. There was a lot of ways that you could potentially try to search for information on the ship. That was a completely unexpected route. I don't know why I would be ever so surprised by that, but you got a lot of it, not quite all of it. So I guess we'll have to find out next session.
Okay.
Everybody gets a little skill. Everybody who was involved in this actually, no, sorry, only one of you gets this. Sorry. I have to look it up, but a computer skill will go to Molly for aiding in the searching of information.
Nice.
Other than that, we will pick up next week for the finale at 7 o'clock Eastern. And because we didn't quite get where I thought, we will go ahead and preemptively do, if you guys wanted to like update your inventory and such, we'll do that between sessions. Other than that, we'll see you next week. As a reminder, if you're enjoying this and you want to play this game for yourself, we play using Fantasy Grounds as a means for us all to play, even though we're on different places in the country. We can all play together using Fantasy Grounds, and it's an awesome system. And if you want to get it, you can purchase it through our affiliate link in the doobly-doo below. Really helps us out, and it's definitely worth getting. We love it. So without further ado, have a wonderful night. Thanks for sticking with us, and I hope you come back next week for the last episode in the season. Our
Exciting finale.
a little season, little story. That's it.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.